Okay, we are back in the house on the history of hip hop with JJ with another dope MC. I am blessed to be in the company of the dope Brian Bars Burns. How you doing, bro?
Yo, what's good, man? Thanks for having me, man. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So, let me start off with your 2023. How was it for you generally, career wise, that kind of thing?
You said 2020?
2023, last year.
Oh, 2023. 2023 was good, man. I did a lot last year. I dropped an EP called Vibrate Higher. It was a 5-track EP produced by this producer named Yajic. I think he in the UK actually. But I could be wrong though. But he might be from UK. But I did that last year. Dropped a couple videos. Did a lot of shows. Man, I opened up for Rakim Alive, the God MC. I ended up meeting Black Thought. Like last year was a huge high for me. So I had lows too, just like everybody else around the world. But I had some extreme highs last year, man, and it's continuing to just evolve from here on out. So, man, last year was a big year for me, man. So I was blessed and super grateful, man, for sure.
Cool. That's amazing, man. Yeah, I want to stay on the subject of your music. I obviously, in preparing for this, I got deeper into your catalogue, the stuff that I could find on you. And
Sure.
I came across your Next Chapter of Life album. Shout out to Dan Moores, man. And the thing that struck me, and I'm sure that it strikes a lot of other people, is the cover. For those that don't know, it's the painting. It's a painting of a black boy or man, and he's facing a line of riot police, looking like he's about to throw something, and it's a book with knowledge with big letters on it.
Book of knowledge.
Yeah. So it's obviously a powerful image. How did getting that cover come about?
Actually, I found that online. I actually forgot the source where I found that, but the original picture was of a Caucasian guy with the book of knowledge in his hand, throwing it at the police. Yeah, so I had a graphic art homie. I was like, yo, can you make the dude a black male throwing the knowledge? And I just felt like around that time, every other week you saw a black dude getting gunned down by the police. You see it on every news outlet, every social media outlet. So I felt like that cover art, it was imperative that I did that. And it was my first album, so I wanted to drop something that made a statement. You know what I mean? I didn't just want to put out an album and it just be hot for a minute and then people forget about it the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like how it is now with all these artists releasing projects now. I wanted to make a statement coming out. So and that cover art was inspired by I don't know if you're familiar with Dead Prez, Let's Get Free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that whole cover art, the whole album was influenced by that album. That album changed my whole way of thinking, how I move and everything. So yeah, so salute to Dead Prez, man.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. So obviously not obviously, but the songs on the album kind of reflect the cover. You know, they go into the prison industrial complex, the new Jim Crow, you know, everything about being black in America and, you know what I mean, coming from maybe a lower strata financially and all the struggles of that. So
Yes, sir.
was that the mission before you saw the cover art and the cover art was just perfect afterwards, or did you kind of see the cover art and it's like, this is kind of the direction I was going, so let me concentrate on that?
The cover art didn't come till like a little later on. I already had like half of the album done. So I kind of like when I started plotting it out, like I just said, I wanted to make a statement. So I wanted all the songs to have an impact, to make an impact, saying something. So each track, when I approached it, I just wanted to make sure everything was thought provoking. The lyrics, the boom bap, you know, I wanted to take it back to the essence of, you know, true rap. What rap started on. You know, when you had Public Enemy, you had you had all these different styles, but everybody was saying something. You know what I mean? So and like I said, it was just so much happening around that time, man. Who said that? Nina Simone said, like, your art should reflect the times. You know, so it was just like I had to, like, if I didn't do it, like, it's like I wouldn't have felt right putting it out. You know what I mean? So like I said, it was so much happening just at that particular time with us as a people, as a race, as a background. So I had to do it, man.
All right, man. Cool. And you've also got an album called Dynamic Duo. And I read a funny story about how that album came about, how you bumped into him. And so why don't you just relay the story of how you bumped into the producer and how you guys got in the studio?
Man. That was during COVID. That was during the height of COVID. I was out I was living in North Hollywood, California, and there's this street. It's called Magnolia Boulevard, and there's like a bunch of like bars and like places where people just hang out and kick it. So I would always be out there with my boombox speaker, having ciphers with a bunch of artists, bunch of MCs, bunch of rappers. And the night I met Ali, the producer, he hopped in the cipher. He came out there. He was a little tipsy. He was a little drunk. And he hopped in the cipher, and he spit like a quick little 8-bar. And then I was like, yo, what the? And then he had pulled me to the side, like after everybody had left, and he was just like, yo, look, I work at this studio right up the street. Like, literally, the studio was walking distance from where we were at. And he was just like, I want you to come through. Let's just see if we vibe. So we didn't even plot the album yet. It was just to see if we could vibe out and see if we got the chemistry first. So once we linked up and got in the lab, dude, every beat he played, I had a song to it either that moment or the next day. And we literally knocked out like so many songs before we knew it. We had over like 20-something songs to 30 songs. So we was just like, man, let's put together an album, man. So, and then, cool. We had so much time during COVID. So it was so much time to just create and like stay true to your art, to like do what you want to do. So we had so much time and we just locked in and knocked it out, man. Yeah, My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
All right, cool, man. You also have a project called Doom Sessions, in which you rhyme over a selection of MF Doom beats. Big shout out and R.I.P. to the master, MF Doom, man. Was there because I've seen also I've seen some of your influences listed, Barsmiths, all of them, Nas, Free Stacks, Black Thought, blah blah blah. Was there a reason why you chose MF Doom in particular, his beats, or was it just an idea that you had anyway?
When I was plotting that one out, man, I was listening to a lot of Doom around that time, and I started listening to the Special Herbs little projects where he just had all his beats, his instrumentals, and I just felt like yo, like Doom don't get the credit for his beats, man. Like people always get him for the rhymes, the projects, how creative he is, but people forget like how crazy his beats are, and it was more just me paying homage, you know what I mean? Like, as I always do with anybody I'm inspired by. And with Doom in particular, like, Doom always took me back to a time, like, where I would wake up on Saturday mornings, bowl of cereal, watching Saturday morning cartoons. Like, anytime I listen to Doom, I get that feeling. So I was like, nah, man, I had to. That's why you got the joints, like, I did, like, superheroes and villains, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the beat just made me feel, you know what I mean? So it's just like when it's like that, like it's like I don't question it, I just let it go, man, and zone out, man.
Okay, that's cool, man. And yeah, like I said, the couple of your influences that I rattled off just then, when you first, properly got into hip hop as a fan, were they the kind of guys that you're listening to, or was it other artists that kind of like drew you in Who were you listening to at that time?
Man, like this the crazy part. Like I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana, in the South. So I grew up on a lot of Cash Money and No Limit. So all I knew was Master P, Juvenile, Lil Wayne, like all them dudes. So anybody that came out the South, that's all I knew. But I just knew who came out of like where I was from.
Yeah.
Once I got a little older, and I got my ears to like people like Nas, Black Thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I had got to Andre 3000 because Outkast was in Atlanta, so
of course,
obviously I had started hearing them because of my cousins. Like they would put me on, like, nah, dude, like listen to this. Like it's so much, it's so many more artists you missing out on. So yeah, but once I got older and I got my ears to that stuff. Man, that stuff inspired me so crazy. I was like, yeah. I'm like, this is what I needed. Like, it just sparked my mind crazy.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's a good segue. I was going to ask you about that because obviously you are from New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
What made you decide when you got into hip hop for yourself? What made you decide to go more the kind of like East Coast boom bap route than obviously the New Orleans Dirty South route?
Nah, that's a good question, man. Like I said, once I got older, I gotta blame the NY because that boom bap style really like it really just inspired me. You know, people like DJ Premier, with the Gangstar albums. Like Guru's one of my favorite MCs of all time, man.
Yes.
Because he always had a message in the music, but he always had like the song structures and you know what I mean, like so stuff like that. And then really the whole '90s era of rap and the early golden era, I would say like late '80s, like Rakim and them, Big Daddy Kane, Kool Moe Dee. Those dudes like influenced me heavy because it was just started, but they were transforming the game. They were bringing something new, because it was never heard before. Like when you first heard Rakim spit, he was doing it a way nobody ever done it, and that's why he's considered one of the greats of all time. Yeah. So but I would say like the height of it was the '90s rap. So that's what really got me on the boom bap style like that, and it really drew me away from doing the like what you normally hear from the South. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people fell in love with me because they was like, "Wow, you don't even sound like you from," you know what I mean? And that's what I wanted. I didn't want to sound like it, you know what I mean? I wanted to come with a whole different like style of the lyricism and just show people like, yeah, nah, you could be from here and still be nice, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. All right, man. And talking about different places, how did you end up on the West Coast?
Oh man. First, man, after Hurricane Katrina had hit, I moved to Atlanta with my mom. So I was there. So Hurricane Katrina hit. That was I was 11 years old. That was 6th grade. So once that hit, we moved to Atlanta. I was there from 6th grade all the way to sophomore of high school.
Okay.
So after that, I went back to Louisiana to live with my dad because my mom figured, she was like, you need the guidance. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
She was like, you need to be around your dad, whatever. So I stayed with my dad in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That was from half of sophomore all the way to graduation. Then once I graduated high school, I moved to Las Vegas with my older brother. I got an older brother. He's 12 years older than me. And he was living in Vegas. And he was just like, man, just come out here so you could get out of that. You know what I mean? Because where I was at, it was so violent and just drug infested and just horrible, man. So I had to get up out of there. So I was just like, this will be my only chance. Otherwise, I'm going to end up either being dead or locked up for some dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's no outlets out here. There's no positive outlets. It's all negativity. So I had moved to Vegas. I ended up moving to Vegas, and I was there for like 3-4 years. And then after the Vegas situation, I just packed my stuff and drove to Cali, man. I was like, I feel like it'll be better opportunities if I came to Cali, and I've been here ever since, man.
Okay. All right, cool. And at which point along that journey did you start to write?
Did I start to write rhymes?
Yeah.
That was right after Katrina had hit, so that was 6th grade.
Okay. All right.
It was a way to express what I was feeling at the time. You know what I mean? Like something so tragic just happened. Yeah. That was the only way I knew how to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't go to therapy. I didn't talk to nobody about all the tragic stuff I saw. When that happened. So rhyming was a way to just get them feelings out. So that's when it really started, and it took off.
And was it rap lyrics from the beginning, or was it just getting your stuff down on paper to get it out your head, and then the rhyming came afterwards?
It actually started as poetry at first. So I would just write little things down, and then I remember one time in my literature class, my teacher came up to me. She was like, "Man, you'll be a good artist or something, poet, whatever, one day. So you should keep up with it." And I just kind of kept with it, man. I just never stopped. And I would always practice too. And then it just kind of turned into the rhyme after. You know what I mean? So, I see your cat behind you. Yeah. I got my dog right here. He over here biting stuff right now.
Yeah, man.
He over here trying to bite stuff.
Yeah. Okay, man. So once you started writing and it started taking off, was there first things first, I have to ask, this might seem an obvious question, but it might not be. I assume that your name is Brian Burns. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to make sure before I carry on. So, were you thinking about maybe making yourself a stage name or something like that? Or was it always just, I'm me, I'm going to be Brian Burns, Brian Bars Burns?
I forgot at first, the Brian Bars Burns didn't come until I moved to California. Okay. But before that, I forgot if I was trying to think of some cool little name that I could come up with. I know for sure I wasn't gonna be no Lil something or Young this, Young that. I wasn't gonna do that. It's too many of those.
Yeah.
But but in the end of it all, I was just like, nah, I'm gonna go by my real name, man. Just give you the real me. I don't want to add all the crazy nah. Brian Bars Burns, that just sticks.
Yeah. And on your journey, when it comes to maybe outside influences, when you're in different places with your mum, with your dad, with your brother, what kind of music was around you from other family members or friends apart from hip hop?
Oh, man.
And do you think that that's helped shape your sound or the way you rhyme or anything like that?
Oh, for sure, man. When I was growing up, my parents played a lot of Anita Baker. Anita Baker, Marvin Gaye, Donny Hathaway, Nina Simone, Minnie Riperton, Sade, stuff like that. A lot of old soul and a lot of jazz records, man. So. A lot of that stuff, and you hear it in some of the music, especially the jazz, the jazz. You know what I'm saying? So
especially that first album.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of jazz influences in that, man. So yeah, and me myself, I got a bunch of vinyl records. I only collect old soul and a bunch of jazz stuff, man. So a lot of that stuff is in the music heavy. So, but stuff like that. That's what people were playing for.
All right, that's cool, man. And when it comes to your creative process, do you have a set way of doing things, or do you just see what comes? Do you hear a beat and it's I've got something written down that'd be good for that? Or is it just you've got a rhyme book and then you hear beats and you tailor stuff to the beat sort of afterwards? So is it beat then rhymes or rhymes then beats, or is it a 50-50 split?
If I'm doing a project, I kind of like to see how I'm gonna structure it first. So basically, like if I'm doing an album or an EP and I want it to flow consistently, it's like when you're writing a paper, you start with the thesis and you end with your conclusion. Yeah. So like when I'm doing albums and stuff, like I like to do it like that. But like if I'm just vibing out and like say a producer just sends me beats, like if the beat just zones me out, you'll get the best out of me. Whatever it is, whether it's just going to be a freestyle, whether I'm actually going to write to it. So it depends, man. Like it comes in different forms. Yeah. Like just having regular conversation, it can come through that, and I'll be like, "Hey, you just said a song. That's a song, bro." Like, you know what I mean? So for me, it could be a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like, all right, man. Like, you just never know.
That's cool. And do you see yourself as a New Orleans rapper, Louisiana rapper, a West Coast rapper, or is it just I'm a barsmith, I'm a rapper?
I just say I'm a true MC to the core. Like it don't matter where I'm from.
Yeah.
Like true MC to the essence.
Yeah. And I see the Vibrate Further T-shirt. You getting into the merch game? Do you like to get into the merch game outside of music? Is there anything else you like to do outside of music?
Yeah, definitely getting more on the merch. About to start getting more vinyl press of my music. I'm about to start. I still got some cassettes on my first album. Because I'm like, people still love that stuff, man. So I definitely got to get more on that, because people been asking me like, man, where the clothes at? Where the, you know what I mean? We want to support more. So I'm definitely about to start flooding them with that. So for sure.
Okay, cool. And we talked about how your 2023 was. What have you got coming up for the rest of 2024?
Oh man, working on this. I got an album with my homie. His name Clipto, dope producer, man. He does a lot of loops. Like he does like the loops. Like he'll find a song and he'll loop like a sample. And he one of the goats with that, man. So we working on this album called Divine Timing. I'm gonna be dropping that soon. It's done. I'm just waiting on the cover art, and I'm getting some videos done. So just waiting on that, and then I'm about to start dropping those. And then I got some other projects in the cut. Just waiting for stuff to clear, like business stuff that I'm just waiting to clear. All the fun stuff.
All right, cool, man. That's amazing. So let people know where they can find you, where they can find your music, where they can find your merch. Just give me all your socials and links and stuff.
Sure. Yo, y'all can find me at Brian Bars Burns on all social platforms. That's BrianBarsBurns. Brian Bars Burns.
Okay, that's cool, man. I just wanted to say, you know what I mean, thank you again. You know what I mean, it's taken a little while for us to link up, but I'm glad that we have, man.
Yeah,
man. Don't worry about it, man. It happens. Life gets in the way, man. Life gets in the way, man.
I forgot this dude hit me up. Like, dude, I be so busy sometimes, dude. Like, some of my messages just get lost in the sauce. Like, but I had looked back and I was like, nah, let me hit that dude, man, because he said he wanted to interview and shit, man. Like, so I try not to be like, I don't want people to think like I'm just brushing them off or I'm being some asshole or something. You know what I mean? Like, because you can never tell through like text, and you know what I mean. Like you got to see the person's face and hear it from their mouth. You know.
Yeah. It's like I said. I try to keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on, man. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, I'm over here in the UK. It's even smaller market over here than it is over there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But that's my stuff. My stuff's the boom bap stuff. I love it. Came across your music and feeling it, so I thought I'd hit you up and see if we could talk to you. And yeah, I appreciate your time, man. And
thank you, man. I appreciate it. For sure.
No worries, man. So everybody, it's Brian Bars Burns, man. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
No, salute. Thank you.
Cool, man.